Hello, internet friends. Welcome back. Thank you once again for joining. Today, I want to talk about focused improvement. And there's a difference. There's a difference when it comes to the way that you're taking your approach when you're trying to work towards bettering yourself. There's a passive approach, which is just doing the thing and eventually kind of getting better at it, and just it works through sort of osmosis, where if you do it enough, you'll eventually get better at it. The real keystone, though, to that is that you're only going to ingrain the habits that you are actively practicing. And so if you are practicing something poorly, if you are practicing something incorrectly, you will learn and become better at doing that thing poorly. You have to put actual effort into the process that you are practicing and strive to be closer to perfect, and be active and be focused in your pursuit of finding those little improvements. There's a very well-known saying that I've talked about many times before on this channel, where the idea of going from zero skill at all to a moderate sense of understanding of something, or passable capability, a pretty noticeable difference of improvement comes in about 20 hours of work. That's focused, attentive work. The first 20 hours give you so much improvement from a standpoint of going from zero to something. After that, it takes what they say 10,000 hours of focused attention to practicing a skill to get to true mastery of that skill. That isn't just 10,000 hours of doing it. That's 10,000 hours of being active in your practice habits, of being intentional in the way that you're going about things. So, I mean, whatever level of mastery you're trying to reach, the important takeaway from that point is that you still have to focus on making little improvements each time, so that you're constantly practicing the right ways, or else you're going to ingrain yourself with a whole bunch of bad habits that are going to be even more difficult to break. I've noticed that a lot with my own training recently, that especially in this cycle, I've tried very, very hard and intentionally to improve positioning and to improve the way that I'm moving through these workouts and the way that I'm going through, and not settle for subpar performances, or at least to recognize when I'm doing something that isn't idealized, and I'm trying to constantly improve my positioning, improve the way that I am going about this work. Because if you're just doing the work, that's one thing. You'll get better from that, but it's passive. If you want to improve and reach your maximum potential, you have to be intentional. You have to put thought into what you're doing and not just go through the motions, but constantly, every single rep, every single time you go into this practice environment, to treat it seriously and respectfully. One of my favorite quotes of all time, I've mentioned it also many times on this channel, is from Eric Thomas, the motivational speaker, who had the idea that when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, that's when you'll be successful. He, in the follow-up video to that motivational speech, one of my favorite quotes of all time, it's about perfecting the you. Not just doing more, not just being better, but finding your best. And that really does encompass this idea of real personal growth and improvement. It's not just about being a little bit better. It's not just about doing more. It's about finding your best, about putting your absolute best effort and intentionality into the things that you do to make it worth the time and to honor whatever it is that you're passionate about. If you really care about something, if you really want to grow and improve and learn through a process and become the master of a skill, whatever that is, whether it's in school or in the way that you're interacting with other people or in weightlifting or in music or in anything, you owe it to the amount of passion you have for that thing to constantly try and actively improve on the way you're doing it. With me in this, it's been about improving my sleep outside the gym. It's been about improving the way that I fuel my body with my nutrition. It's been about making sure I stay hydrated and do enough mobility outside of the gym so that I'm ready to go and absolutely commit to hitting the positions that I need to improve on this. It's also about not necessarily being negatively critical towards yourself, but being absolutely honest with what your effort looks like and how you are able to go about doing a task. And watching yourself, if you can videotape yourself doing something, if it's a physical skill that you're trying to build, videotape yourself and be your own coach and try to find the things that you can improve on. It takes a very, 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 very long time to build strength to overcome bad positionings, but it's better to improve the positioning and then become stronger in those more idealized position. It takes the self-control and the discipline to let go of your ego a little bit and do that, but ultimately it will lead to a higher carrying capacity, a higher maximum potential, which if you're really pursuing mastery is something that you kind of have to approach. So thank you guys for listening. I hope that this was helpful in some way, or at least brought some thoughts to your mind that can help you in anything that you're going through in your own pursuits. But as always, thank you again for hanging out, and I will talk to you all very soon. Have a great day. Bye.